There was a comma. You missed
What?
it. You missed
Is
the
it-
comma.
did I miss
but
the
it's
comma?
fine. Yeah.
But Dazza, you understood that, don't it? Dazza, it's me. Dazza, it's me. You understand that,
So
right?
you started talking, I started laughing, man. It just doesn't sound right. It don't sound right.
All right, hold
Let
on,
him
hold
go.
on. Dazza, you're going to read. No. I've never heard Dazza read. Yeah, no, let's talk Dazza. What, with Vieira?
Yeah.
So then now, in the 4-4-1-1, the 4-4-2, we ain't got the defensive middle of the ball winner.
At Highbury, I don't think we needed that. I think this pitch was so tight.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
now.
think it would have worked.
Oh,
I think
I
it would
like
have
that.
worked.
See, you don't need a DM at Highbury.
Yeah.
Welcome to a new episode of If Blackburn Signs Zidane, a show where we change footballing history and history of the world. I'm your Uncle Specs Gonzalez. Of course, you know my third cousin Tego. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How
You sure?
doing? Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm shocked today, T,
Bye.
because we have a guest. With the BBC have said, oh, "Can we use one of your friends?" I said, "My friends."
Friends.
I mean, people watching now are not going to recognize this guy until the camera shifts and they see his shoulders.
Oh.
But I am proud to announce that I've got my best friend, my right-hand man, my buddy. He tells people he manages me, which is a lie.
Oh. Girls say he's boring.
Girls say he's boring. In fact, he's now the buffest guy on YouTube, according to the stats.
His new nickname is actually Buffy.
Buffy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Buffy the Dazza. Dazza, you
Before we
feeling?
start, you said I'm boring.
Huh?
You never told me this before.
I never said that. It was T. So I'll see.
T, you don't know no one that I know. Girls, females, so.
Okay,
That's a lie.
no girls ever called you boring, apparently.
Never, ever.
Definitely not
Is
at
it?
a festival the other day when you were tired and got
Oh.
there late.
Yeah, someone called you boring.
Oh, Dazza really thought that he hit it off
Yeah,
there.
Dazza thought he could be like, "You're cool. All right, you stand there, I stand here. I'm coned off."
She called me boring because I was tired.
Yeah. Oh, yes, don't go and tell her though.
No, I ain't gonna say
Oh,
nothing.
okay. Don't be upset. It's fine.
I'm not upset. Don't look upset.
Oh man.
Anyway, Buffy, you know what we do on If Blackburn Signs Zidane.
Yes.
You've been over there enough times.
Well, over there.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta be
He's been
precise.
training. That has been on the bench training,
Oh, he's
man.
been warming up, stretching.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
apparently the coach,
Mhm.
before today's episode, said, I've only got one substitution left. Dazza, you and another player, you race. Whoever wins the race. Poet lost.
Oh, Dazza, you're fast. You're fast. I give you that, man.
I am fast.
Well, today's If Blackburn Signs Zidane, the show where we take the history of the world, we tear it apart, and we build something brand new in its
That's right.
place.
That's right.
What if Arsenal never left Highbury?
Have you ever been to Highbury
Oh,
before this?
I've never been
asked you
Highbury.
this.
I've been Highbury 12 times.
12?
About
Yeah.
12 times.
Maybe
when you make
13 or
it-
14, but let's just call it 12. I don't see like I shied off. But yeah, I was there. I remember the first time I went, and it was Arsenal versus Burnley, and Ian Wright's got a hat trick.
Okay.
And that's the first time I saw Ian Wright came up on the screen.
How many times did you go to Highbury?
Definitely not as much as me.
The only time I went to Highbury was to watch our other friend, Runner. It was a school game. It was a Highbury Holloway Boys versus St. Aloysius. And Runner scored a header.
Okay.
So, you know, that was the only time I
So
went.
wait, you never been? You never watched?
I
the
didn't
game
watch an Arsenal game sometimes, no. I didn't go. Well, Uncle promised and promised and promised and promised. But he had no plug. He just came to the country.
You thought you could phone Laurent?
He saw no one and said, yeah, I can get tickets.
He saw he shaved in his cane roll. So, there's a man
That
on my own
wasn't
heart.
K-Rolls, by the way.
No, it was
That
shaved.
yeah, it was shaved. That is actually a cheat.
It is.
Because obviously the camera crew, them times, they couldn't really zoom in.
Yeah.
So from a distance, it looked like he actually grew his hair. But if he was on the floor, I would look past Gary Lewin and be like, oh my God. Lines.
Yeah.
Lauren.
A lot of players got away with a lot with TV being 1K back then. Well, to set this up, Dazza, because you might need a little bit of setup. You like a bit of storytelling. You like to know where
love
we're
it.
coming from. You like your history.
And judge us how we're reading. Who do you prefer?
Whose reading style's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Remember, I read
Being a judge.
every day to my son.
Arsenal officially decided to leave their historic home Highbury in the year 2000 and build their new 60,000-seat state-of-the-art stadium, the Emirates.
The club's decision to move to a new stadium was driven by the need for increased capacity for their growing fan base, additional revenue streams and modern facilities to meet the demands of top European football club.
There was a comma. You missed
What-
it. You missed
is
the
it-
comma.
did I miss
but
the
it's
comma?
fine. Yeah.
But Dazza, you understood that, don't it? Dazza, it's me. It's me. You understand that,
So
right?
you started talking, I started laughing, man. It just doesn't sound right. It don't sound right.
All right, hold
Let
on,
him
hold
go.
on. Dazza, you're gonna read. No. I've never heard Dazza read.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no, let's talk Dazza.
Facts.
Highbury was a 38,000-seater stadium and had been the home of Arsenal since 1913. But as the club's success grew, it became apparent that their home was no longer fit into a club of its structure.
Oh,
Close. You made up that last word. But overall...
Of its stature.
Yes.
Sorry, stature.
Overall, you were better than Specs.
As long as I was better than Specs, I'm
Apart
not
from
bad.
that made up word at the end, you were better than Specs.
Hold on,
I
Dazza.
saw it wrong. My bad.
Other European giants, including their fiercest rivals, Manchester United, had large stadium capacities. This allowed them to generate additional revenue and cash flow, which enabled them to be a powerhouse in the transfer market. Arsenal badly wanted to replicate that.
So construction to the Emirates Stadium began in February 2004 and was completed by the summer of 2006.
But after moving to the Emirates for the 2006-2007 season, Arsenal experienced a difficult period both on and off the pitch. Construction of the stadium incurred substantial costs, resulting in a period of financial constraint for the club. You know, because you're doing big developments right now, how much costs can spiral.
I am.
Where are you doing it? Where are you doing that? On Foot Manager?
At his home.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, I forgot about it. Sorry about that, sir. This meant that Arsenal effectively became a selling club and were resigned to losing key players such as Cesc Fabregas, Robin van Persie, and...
Nasri.
Wait, there we go, Simon Nasri.
It also meant that the trophy stopped coming. You remember. Prior to moving to the Emirates, Arsene
You
Wenger,
remember too. You were an Arsenal fan.
I remember.
I
because
hate
have
when
a
you
memory.
go like you weren't
you
Arsenal
just-
fan, you
yeah,
know. I hate
I
it.
know.
I have a memory. That's why I'm able to remember. Prior to moving to the Emirates, Arsene Wenger had won 3 Premier League titles, including the Invincible season, 4 FA Cups, the last being 2005, Patrick Vieira with the penalty.
That's space. The club then endured a painful trophy drought for 9 years. All right, man.
Trophy drought for 9 years. That's similar to your drought, which is 9 months.
Yeah.
The club then endured a painful trophy.
How could I have a drought? How could I have a drought? You've seen the numbers. How could I have a drought? I'm on top form right now.
It's him. It's him.
The Gunners also became less of a force in Europe. They consistently went out early in the Champions League with some heavy and disappointing losses. I know you remember those. So overall, it hasn't been a smooth journey for the Gunners at the Emirates. However, since major changes at managerial and board level, Arsenal have been making strides towards success, aiming to replicate the glory years of the early 2000s at Highbury.
So Dazza, you see what this means? This means that the move to Emirates was a howler. It was the wrong move.
So it's 2006. Arsenal do not need to sell a player every year, surely, because they don't have to fund the building of the stadium. They can keep hold of their talent. Does that mean they don't sell Vieira in 05?
See, with Vieira, I felt like he was there for too long. Like we just needed someone new anyway.
You don't think Fabregas could have benefited from playing alongside Patrick Vieira?
That's what I was thinking.
A couple more seasons.
100%.
Yeah.
We needed that experience. That's one thing Arsenal lost.
Vieira and Fabregas midfield. Does that work? Because Vieira wasn't defensive though. Let's be honest.
No.
Because if Vieira stays, there's no Fabregas. Let's be honest. Fabregas don't even get that number 4 shirt.
I think Fabregas will just see come through.
What with
Wenger.
Vieira?
Yeah.
So then now in the 4-4-1-1, the 4-4-2, we ain't got the defensive middle, the ball winner. Now teams are killing us.
At Highbury, I don't think we needed that. I think this pitch was so tight.
Okay, I like that.
yeah.
I like that.
I
Now.
think it would have worked.
Oh,
I think
I
it would have
like that.
worked.
See, you don't need a DM at Highbury.
Yeah. Vieira
That's a
and
great point,
Fabregas
that's
together.
all.
Yeah.
Great point.
Great shot.
4-4-2.
Cool.
All right, so we're keeping Vieira.
Picking Vieira, yeah.
Did we sell Thierry Henry?
I think you can't say no for going from Highbury to Nou Camp, G. You can't.
Well,
I can't
you've got to
say
remember,
no.
you've got Adebayor and Van Persie ready to take his spot.
Like,
It's just not the same. At Highbury, Henry...
brother, Henry
No,
and
Henry's gotta
Vieira have given us 5-6 years of, moments of, trophies, etc. And now we're getting to 2000s. You still want to hold on to those guys?
Can I throw a curveball at you?
Can't.
Thierry Henry does go to Barcelona.
Mhm.
He does go
And we get...
to no.
Oh.
He does go to Barcelona. He does go to, where did he play? LA Galaxy? No,
Yeah.
New York Red Bulls, NY Red Bulls.
Does he come back on loan?
He comes back on loan, 2012, but because the pitch is small, he doesn't need pace, so he scores more than the 2 goals he scored.
Oh, right.
You remember?
Yeah.
Remember how slow he was in 2012.
Do you know
It
what?
was bad, you know. It was bad. So I could never say it out loud, but I was looking at it thinking, damn, this is bad, you know. This
He
is
scored a couple goals, scored a winner against Sunderland last minute, scored against Leeds in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And he has the Rick Ross beard, doesn't he?
Bald Thierry Henry still coming back in 2012,
yeah,
but the no
wicked.
pace means that Highbury small
goals.
pitch will score more goals.
My peoples, if you're enjoying this video, remember you can listen to more episodes on BBC Sounds. Let's get back to business.
2006, 2007 is a very interesting year
Mhm.
for your team because it's very young. You got a young Rosicki, young Kleb, young Fabregas, young Clichy, young Toure, young Abue, young Adebayor, young Van Persie. But that's mainly because Arsene Wenger figured out he could develop these players, scout them, discover them, and turn them into superstars rather than spend the money on them, what they would become 3-4 years later. Do you think Arsene Wenger starts spending money again?
I think Arsene Wenger sticks to finding these young technical players because you know Highbury's tight. So let's be frank. You know, 11-a-side game in Highbury, you have to be technically good. If you've got a touch like who's Lippy, like Lippy needs Emirates. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs Wembley because his first touch, he has to chase that ball. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I agree.
But Wenger needs those technical players, like Santi Cazorla at Highbury T.
Amazing.
I feel like teams decide, like Manchester United, to squeeze the pitch. That becomes a thing. All stadiums eventually become tighter because it's all about close control and limited space.
But over the road at Chelsea, they've got a tight pitch, but they've got Jose Mourinho, or they're losing Jose Mourinho, actually, I believe. They're very defensive, very strong. That's not phone box football. That's a load of lippies. You can't keep your youth policy and your small pitch policy and beat Jose Mourinho. You're asking Arsene Wenger to commit you guys to another 9 years of no trophies.
Or you're asking Arsene Wenger to be a player manager and bring himself on. Imagine all these 50-year-old managers coming on.
Yeah.
So what? He comes on and scores a winner.
I mean, against who? They haven't even got a game.
Against Mourinho, because I'm thinking about we have to beat Chelsea.
Oh, so are we saying Arsene Wenger, Mourinho come on now?
Arsene Wenger, Mourinho, because they've been beefing in the media now for 2 years.
But Mourinho's a cheat.
Is there a corner coming?
There is a corner coming, and you know Mourinho's he's not. I wouldn't say he's a cheat, but he will think of any way to win. He comes on with a whale, the whale that they found at the River Thames.
Yeah. So instead of parking the bus, he parks the whale.
He parks a whale.
Yeah, you're not getting past the whale.
Like, he's the special one. He's the one that's thinking outside the box. You think if Mourinho found out that there was a whale at the River Thames, he's not going there to grab it.
Of course he is. To put it, to frustrate Wenger?
Just to frustrate
He's
Wenger.
doing anything to frustrate Wenger.
So Jose Mourinho brings a whale, parks the whale. Does Arsene Wenger get through it?
I think we need to make Wenger get through it because in real life he couldn't get through it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I think in a corner. Arsene Wenger back post.
I think a volley. But the volley, that kind of volley.
Full volley, all inside foot volley.
Because, foot of the air.
Oh, pure tech.
Pure tech. He's definitely a
pure
tech.
tech.
Pure tech, definitely, man.
I think that'll work.
You know what? I've got a question. Arsenal have bought Ashburton Grove. They've levelled it. They've been working on this for years. But now they're not going to put the Emirates there.
Oh, yeah.
What are Arsenal going to do with that land?
You know what I'm thinking? Why don't they make it like an Area 55 where UFO comes down? Because I need to see a UFO.
Area 55?
Is it Area 51? That's it. One of them two.
No, that is Area 55.
No, it's Area 55.
It's Area 55.
Area 55.
Yeah, I like that though. Ashburton Grove becomes Area 55 and it's a top secret investigation kind of FBI kind of situation. We don't know really what's in there. Extraterrestrials.
No, we know. Arsene Wenger's. I think that's where Mbappe. That's where he comes from. I think Arsene Wenger. That's Haaland, Mbappe, Grealish, because them legs they're not human.
Yeah.
It's obviously going to change the world now, because now people don't even be caring about Arsenal and their technical players. All they care about is round the corner. There's Area 55.
Has Arsene Wenger got a plan for how he can win the league? Because the shock and awe tactics don't really work in the Prem.
Arsene Wenger's plan. If Arsene Wenger's got links to a UFO, I think Arsene Wenger's trying to try and manage an alien team.
Right.
Surely.
Yeah.
He's trying to get in that UFO and go, oh, my missus told me yesterday that space is under the sea. I just remembered.
So Arsene Wenger goes underwater to find a team to coach because he discovers that space is actually underwater.
Well, Arsene Wenger he's a, what's the word when you want to go and find out what's going on? What's that word? Not a discoverer.
Explorer.
He's an explorer.
Right.
This is a man that was
Yeah, he found an Elka.
He found an Elka. He came from a team in Japan, right?
Grand Passate, yeah.
There you go. So I think Arsene Wenger's aim is to go and find, the alien Super League.
Yeah, and because he's got Area 55, they've got the technology to send him. But the problem is with you, is now your missus works for Area 55 because she knows everything.
Yeah, she does.
So you're not going to meet her.
No, I'm not going to meet her. But I mean, and that, for me, that's fine. That's fine. Such is life.
Dazza, you're not going to get to go on holiday to Jamaica in 2023.
Well, we go Mexico again. Cancun. We go Cancun. Play table tennis with towels over our shoulders. But that's got to stop because the towel keeps dropping.
Boys, Arsenal decide that having a small pitch is the best shout. So they don't turn Ashburton Grove into the Emirates. Instead, they develop a high-tech experimental investigative facility called Area 55.
That's right.
Highbury continues to house all of the great Arsenal players that were there at the time. Thierry Henry does go, but when he comes back on loan, his pace doesn't matter because the pitch is so small.
That's right.
He bags goals and this tiny pitch.
Vieira doesn't leave.
Vieira doesn't leave.
He stays with Fabregas because the pitch is so small.
Don't need a DM.
We don't need a DM.
Arsenal do not win the Premier League, despite the fact that Arsene Wenger has taken a personal feud with Jose Mourinho so far that they bet each other that they can win if they put themselves on for 15 minutes of the next game they play against each other. Jose Mourinho pulls the whale that was discovered in the River Thames that year onto the pitch and he parks the whale. Arsenal struggle to break it down, as you can imagine, until a corner comes across. Arsene Wenger, inside foot volley, back post.
No, I didn't say inside foot. I said like that. So both his feet off the air.
Oh, like the canio, the scissor volley. Yeah,
exactly that.
Scissor volley, back post, clean pass check, round the whale. But Arsene Wenger, ever the pioneer, ever the explorer, decides there's more to football than this. Instead of going and finding amazing young players around the world, I know there's more. So he asks a young intern at Area 55 named Specs' missus where he can go to find the next level of talent.
She thinks if you go beneath the sea, under the sharks, under the mermaids,
through the Bermuda Triangle,
through the Bermuda Triangle, then there's another lane that takes you to the top.
Dual carriageway. Arsene Wenger goes there in search of the next generation of football star. Are we happy with this world?
I'm happy. I'm happy because now, you might see an alien in Tesco's and not even care.
That's
what
good
Arsenal,
for society.
Yeah, that's what Arsenal prepared you for.
It's like that talking teddy bear.
Why is it like that?
Once he came out, it was all big in it. Everyone was thinking, it's a teddy. But after a while, he was just walking around normally, like doing everything.
Everyone just ignored him.
When did you see Ted? The T? When did you see Ted?
I didn't go to watch it in the film, I went on a date.
Oh, you watched it on a date?
Yeah.
In the cinema?
Yeah.
So, wow.
And that's where this route began.
He's watching Ted thinking about UFOs.
If only Arsenal could have a teddy bear.
That is the most left we've gone.
Yeah, because it was no football whatsoever.
That's Dazza.
Arsenal didn't sign a player. Chelsea didn't sign a player.
That's Dazza. That's the beauty of our guests.
Yeah.
Someone will stick to
Always
football.
go left.
Someone will go to the world. And you've learned something new today. Dazza is obsessed with aliens.
Obsessed with them. I'm going to go home and watch it.
I actually forgot until today how much Dazza loves aliens as well.
Dazza, it was a pleasure having you, man. People, that was If Black Man Signs It Done. A mad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, And remember, there's no rules. I love you all. People, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to BBC Sounds to watch more episodes of If Blackburn Signs It. Damn! I'll come and check,